This is for John Brennan, DCI, from one of your gloriously underpaid, if not non-paid, unpaid agents in the field. I quote, "The terrorist mastermind, whom you know as John, and sometimes, well, just as the terrorist mastermind, evidently has, well, through his great resources, his wealth, which of course he's worth $51 billion, has managed to move the missile that they would like to use against the, the summer digs, if you get what I'm getting at, the summer digs of the BP oil executives in Saudi Arabia. And so, as a consequence, it's kind of like that racetrack thing. Remember back in the day, Carter had this idea that you could run these ICBMs around like a racetrack underground, and then of course, and there's also the slavery, the Underground Railroad famously was moved through Ohio up to Michigan. Now, the person I refer to as the terrorist mastermind actually evoked that very same sentiment today when I saw it. And so I have to say there's only one conclusion I can come to. They're moving the missile around and doing it in such a way as you can't see where they're moving it, and they're having decoys manufactured too. So in addition to the email I sent you earlier via the usual website, which you can't see because, well, only I can see it, me and my wife. You'll notice that this missile, should it ever be used, would probably be directed at a certain person of some prominence, and of course it might be a person of the white race, which of course would inflame the entire white population, and they would run down the street and vote against Obama, which we don't want that to happen. So, want to vote with your feet? Do what I'm saying. Watch the movements of large trucks, including the kind of trucks that carry slag. Look at that, slag. And see if you can detect any particular patterns of movements, and use those great reconnaissance satellites you have way up there in the air, the birds, and see if you can figure something out. I don't know, but I think definitely before this great Dubai vacation that the BP oil executive is undertaking right now in Riyadh. Well, not Riyadh, that's Saudi Arabia. In Dubai, or I don't know, someplace in the fucking Middle East. All that sand and surf and big old sexy motherfucking ladies. Big old giant tits. They will probably use that missile against them and kill them. And then, since all the black people will be outraged because, no, all the white people will be outraged because the BP oil executive is, of course, white. And all the Caucasoids, you know who Caucasoids are, they'll all race to the polls and vote Obama out of office. And anyway, and God save the Queen. And that's all, folks. This is Operations Officer Windfall asking you for a pay raise. Please, up to $15 an hour. That would be nice.